Hi, my name is Trainmaster04, and in today's video, I will be actually following up from last week's video. And if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description and also a link up in the top right hand corner. And that is the Q&A 100 sub special that I celebrated for my channel. So let's get started.
Union Pacific 4014. Do you read me? Over. Roger that. Union Pacific 4014. I read you. Over. Start up and stand by. Over. Yes, sir. Start up and stand by.
Now, before I actually get started, I do want to actually give a nice shout out to those who have actually really participated in this Q&A special. And they are Wally and George with GFW Trains. Thank you guys very much, and thank you very much for also supporting my channel. But anyway, let's get down to the question. The first question that I received, which was from GFW Trains, was, what is my preferred type of locomotive, steam or diesel? Well, as you can see in front of you, I've got 2 steam locomotives out of 3 locomotives in total, and that kind of really sums it up. So I guess I've really got to kind of step back into the days of when I really got started into trains, and that was when I was around 3 years old. And that was around maybe, about 2005, 2006-ish, somewhere in there. And I first started off with the Santa Fe Alco PA, or not FA, I mean, right in front of you right here. Now that was my father's Lionel set, and his set really didn't grow beyond as just a starter set, but he did have a Lionel set. But to me, in my eyes, it was the wonderful and the best thing ever. But around 2004, when I was born, the Polar Express came out, and when I saw the movie for the first time, I was like, oh, goodness sakes alive, I gotta have a Polar Express train set. And so, when I was 3 years, the Christmas of, what was that? Let me see, 4, 5, 6... So 2007, actually, when I was still 3, my parents went out and bought me a Polar Express steam locomotive, the 2004-2005 variation. And I didn't have any passenger cars, but eventually, over the years, I did build it up. So, and really, long story short, to you, GFW Trains, yes, I do love steam locomotives, and proof's in the pudding. If I ever do a layout video, I probably will in the near future, you'll see I have more steam locomotives. Like, in fact, I've got about, 31 locomotives in total, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 of them are diesel locomotives. So, yes, I love steam locomotives. They're just so thrilling. They're just so powerful and so majestic in their own way, and I could go on for hours about how I love steam locomotives, but I got a video to make. So, next question, same people. And I will say, to be honest, not a lot of people actually did go ahead and send me emails of questions. But then again, it's a small hobby, and my channel's still growing. So maybe next time for my 150th subs special, I'll do this Q&A again. And also, if you, the viewers, have any questions, again, you can actually still contact me through either in the comments down below, or you can even contact me through my email, which is trainmaster2704@gmail.com. But anyway, next question, and that is, what do I think the hobby, such as the train world, is going to look like in the near future, say 5 years? Well, that is really a bit of a question that I know a lot of people have asked, but is really something that is internal with the hobby. Personally, in my town, it is not looking very bright. I live in an area that is basically desolate to model railroading and very, very dry. For example, we only have one train store, technically, that has been around since 1951, and they traditionally started as a hardware store. And like most hardware stores, such as Madison Hardware, they came in with Lionel Trains to have a side business, since that was the key item for boys and girls at that point of time in the 1950s. But in today's time, it's really gone back down to repairing Finch chargers. Look them up and I imagine Wikipedia will explain, and also lamps. And it truly has not done very well in the train sales. So in my part of the world, in the US, 5 years from now, it's really holding on the line. It's very, very poor right now. And even the train club, because of COVID-19, it has really put a beating on the train market and the train world in my area. But anyway, you don't want to hear the dark and gloom. So now let me actually expand my mind and my expand of thought on the whole hobby, not in just my personal area. In truth, I really think that the hobby in 5 years from now, like 5 years ago and even a decade ago, it's really just an up and down battle. In reality, the model railroad idea in the hobby really is having to compete with the time and the advancement of what people are actually looking forward to and actually want to spend hours on. Now, that is where manufacturers are going to, say, apps, Wi-Fi stuff, cameras and cabooses. Which, Lionel, if you ever see my videos, if I ever get that big, that was a brilliant idea. I love the cupola caboose. But anyway, I really think it's just kind of one of those to be determined items, because the hobby in general, I would say, is a mediocre strong, because the generation of that makes this hobby is really in reality a small selection of 20 to 30-year-olds, and then primarily 60 to 90-year-olds, and a few in between those two age groups. And it's truly they are still there, and I'm really happy that 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds are actually getting into this hobby, because they are the people that are either those who got a starter set as a kid, or just heard about this hobby from a train show, or even from a train enthusiast or model enthusiast, excuse my term of language, I guess you could say, and they are now getting into it again. And that is great. Now, in my age field, that is kind of concerning, because, as a lot of people put it, the younger generation is the future, which in reality it is. So, George, if you're watching this, me and you, we're pretty much the only young guys out there. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a whole lot of young people my age and even younger that I know of who love trains. But the problem is how much do they love it? Do they love it enough to actually go ahead, get a train set, and if they do get a train set, say from a grandparent or aunt or whoever, and do they actually continue it? Do they actually pursue the hobby? Do they actually go out there on a snowy day after Christmas, build a train club, and then actually pursue it? In other words, are they actually going to enjoy the hobby and continue it in their lives? Because, like my dad, he was hindered by space, and he was really not able to continue this hobby until later in his life, when I came into it and I continued it. So really, it's kind of an up and down battle. But 5 years from now, I still think there will be train shows. Lionel's already been here for 120 years, so why not another 5 more? I really truly think it to be bright, but it's kind of hard to really determine on what is going to happen due to both COVID, and also it's just the unforeseeable future. Now, that it primarily wraps up the Q&A, but I do want to actually take a minute and kind of discuss about the future, my plans for my channel, and also give a bit of an update on what I'm doing so far. So, my channel is actually doing pretty great, and thank you very much as you, the viewers. I could not have gotten to this far if y'all did not enjoy my content. So thank you very, very much for actually supporting my channel, and also, more importantly, supporting the hobby. That is really why I actually created this channel, because I wanted to spread the word of the hobby out into the modern era of social media, I guess you could say, and be able to connect to more and more people around my age. So, thank you very much for letting my channel reach 100 subscribers, in which currently 107. So that has been a week since when I did my first video. So mind blowing. I must be doing something right. But anyway, thank you very much for that. Now, my goals for my channel is just to continue to grow it. It's just continue to put out this hopefully great content and just continue to see how far I can get. I'm not trying to make any records. I'm not trying to reach over 1 million subscribers. That would be nice, but I know I can't do that. And if I did, I'm in the wrong market, just to be honest. But anyway, that's where I'm trying to go to. Maybe next month I'll reach 150. We'll see. And you'll definitely hear about it. Or even 200. I do not know. That is really up to you, the viewer. Now, on videos, lately I have not been producing a whole lot. And that's due to a personal issue with me being busy with school. Long story, and this is not the place for me to gripe about that. But I am still trying to continue my videos and produce good or greater content for y'all. Now, my next video I'm planning on making is the Menards Lumber Company, or Cripple Creek Lumber Company. And then after that, I've also got another building product review, and that is MTH's latest operating gas station, and I believe it's the Sunoco. So stay tuned for those two videos, and then maybe later I'll post another running session or even maybe a layout tour and show you all my collection. But anyway, that's pretty much what I've got to say for now on channel-wise. Well, that about wraps up this celebration of 100 subscribers. Thank you very much. I cannot tell y'all enough how grateful I am for y'all and allowing my channel to grow this fast and also this big. So, if you want to, for those who have not subscribed to my channel and actually enjoy my content and want to support my channel, please click on that subscribe button, because then you'll A, be able to support my channel, and then B, also no longer miss any of my future videos, such as that Cripple Creek Lumber Company product review or that MTH Sunoco gas station. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please also click the like button, as this lets me know that you actually enjoyed it and also lets YouTube know that my videos and my channel is actually worth something. But anyway, my name is TreyMaster04, and I'll see you in the near future. Bye.